Hello again, this is ITU Telecom TV. I'm Martyn Warwick and I'm talking with Valery Timofeev, who is the Director of the Radiocommunications Bureau of the ITU. Valery, welcome. You are, if you won't mind my saying so, one of the sort of backroom boys, one of the boffins behind the scenes that we don't normally talk to about in terms of what the ITU does or in terms of what happens in the wider world of radio communications. What's your actual function within the organisation?
Let me probably start with saying thank you for this invitation, and second to say that we have the most long history of our activity, which started very soon after the invention of radio, and we celebrated already 100 years of our main document, Radio Regulations, which was first approved by the membership back in 1906, and at that time it was 15 pages. Now it is 2,000 pages and 4 volumes. But this is the main output of our activity, to get the membership into the position of acceptance of this document, which is afterwards ratified by the governments and which becomes an international treaty. So the responsibility of our bureau is to support the background scientific research activity before the conference, to support those kind of conferences, and to implement the decisions of the conference in terms of registration, coordination, notification of all the frequency usage all over the globe. And the main, very simplified explanation of what are we for is to avoid interferences in between the services, both national and international, because the radio waves, they are so specific animals, they are not recognize any geopolitical borders or geographical differences in between the countries.
Can we move then from the generalities to the more specific? We're here at ITU Telecom Africa in Cairo. What are the specific issues affecting radio communication within the African continent?
We witnessed a very explosive development of wireless services in Africa. It was just astonishing speed how those wireless networks and GSM type equipment flourished here in African continent, and this is, for me, it is only the first step, because you now seeing the provision of the voice services, SMS messages, and so on and so forth. But let me repeat, this is only the first step, because the second step will be wideband internet data transmissions, and so on and so forth, which is of a great importance, because it touches upon e-government, e-health, e-education, and you know that list is very quickly growing. And again, let me come back to the propaganda of our activity, that we, during last conference, as you know, in end of last year, very important decisions were taken to provide the background for this future development. This is, I will not give you any specific details of the number of frequency bands and so on and so forth, but what is evident, that those decisions open the door for future development. Open the door for future development in terms of wideband data transmissions, in terms of introduction of third generation of mobiles, which will be very important for this continent. And one specific point, if I'm allowed, is that within that range of different frequencies provided by the decision of the last conference, we will see completely different in nature, completely different in propagation conditions, the frequency ranges, which on one hand provide very quick and very big coverage for small utilization, for small capacity, and that as a next step to provide a very the coverage with very high number of clients, but very small areas like the overcrowded capitals and so on and so forth. So the decisions were giving very long perspective for development of wireless new generation systems in Africa.
Valery Timofeev, thanks a lot.
Thank you for this nice discussion.